All right, Scorpio, you're up. So this is it. It's a first for Tarot Illumination. Hello, Scorpio. This is TarotIllumination.com. And this is your love and relationship report for 2017. All right. Please, I invite you to have a look at the love and relationships overview for everybody, because it's mostly to do with the planets and how the planets affect us, okay, rather than the tarot. And it helps to give you like a bigger, richer, fuller understanding of this little reading here, okay? So also don't forget, read for your moon and rising, and then you get a bigger picture. Then hopefully it makes more sense that way. Otherwise, this could sound like utter nonsense because you just don't know. Now, this is a relationship reading, so it's about you and someone else, okay? Possibly a significant other, a loved one, somebody you would like to have, somebody that you have now, male or female, whatever it is. In this particular reading, with this particular little mini spread, it's about yourself and the other and the relationship that you own, where it's on the understanding that the relationship is a separate entity. It lives in its own right, and it has an energy field of its own. Now, not everybody likes to think of it that way or work that way, but that's how we're doing it here. And so we're going to keep it simple. And I just wanted to let you know that stuff up front, okay? Now, with Scorpio, without getting deep into the astrology, you know we're going into Taurus season right now. It's already started, actually, and we're heading into May with a new moon, Taurus new moon, that starts right at the end of April. Now, Scorpio, this is your, like, ultimate opposition, okay? So you could think of it as your worst enemy or your perfect match, depending on how evolved you might be, or how evolved your other your other may be. We're not talking about Tauruses here. We're talking about you, Scorpio. But relationships might be very much on the front burner for you this month. Excuse me, this month. This month. God. As you become vividly aware, because the sun is in the maximum degree of opposition with you in the 7th house of relationship. Okay, so there you go, Scorpio. Just a little bit of heads up for you. I shuffled in between while you weren't watching, but I'm going to shuffle right up to the very last second, just so that you know you've got a squeaky clean deck. All right? Just like this, just like that, just like you would do at home. I know a lot of you people are tarot readers. I've heard the rumors, okay? I just did a really big, fat, weird cut. Did you see that? Anyway, here we go. Here's how it works. This is you, okay? Your energy. This is the other, okay? Their energy. This is going deeper inside you. Like, what's actually going on here, people? And, you know, the bright side, the dark side, whatever it is. And it's the same with the other as well, okay? And this may be happening in a very conscious manner or a very subconscious manner. We don't know. Here's the relationship itself. Here's the status of the relationship. You see, this is like a bucket. This is a little crucible in which the relationship unfolds, okay? Sometimes the crucible has to withstand intense pressure, as the intense pressure of the relationship impacts the walls of the crucible that you have unwittingly or wittingly have created for yourselves. And here's where it seems to be going, okay? Now, in the background, we have a card of Page of Wands, which in this reading indicates that there is very good intention here, and there are good, albeit very perhaps new, very just tiny blossoms of inspiration and hope that might be happening in the field of relationship for you, Scorpio. But that could be a good thing. That could be a very, very good thing. And it's obviously happening with the best of intention. There might be all the telltale signs and ingredients of new love unfolding for you, Scorpio, in ways that were totally unexpected, in ways that are very inspiring, in ways that are very passionate and full of just like the juicy stuff you want out of life. And it's coming at you. Not only is it coming at you, you're putting it out there too, okay? So this is almost like applies to both of you. Now, let's have a look at you. What's going on with you, Scorpio? Whoa, okay. You're not messing around here, are you, Scorpio? You are in a kind of a take charge position. I am not effing around here. I am not effing around with you, my dear other person. And I'm not going to let you F around with me. What we're doing here is the real deal, okay? And I just want to let you know that I am totally unashamedly, fully feeling like I'm self-empowered, and I am totally the boss of me. And I'm okay with that. I'm actually very comfortable with this energy inside myself right now, which might seem a little bit strange because a lot of the times, for a lot of people, whatever your sign, when the sun moves into the 7th house, sometimes it can be absolutely, what's a good word? What's a nice way to say this? It can be a serious crunch time when it comes to relationships, especially if you haven't done your homework, if you've been slack and lazy and irresponsible or immature in your conduct and your behavior over the last 6 months. Okay? Because it takes, exactly 6 months for the sun to move from from where it is on your birth to where it lands exactly in opposition in your 7th house, which for you, Scorpio, is somewhere in the energy of Taurus, which is around the time of May, which is where we are right now. So it feels to me, in reading for you, Scorpio, that you are in a very, very strong position, and you're actually kind of aware of it. But there's nothing egomaniacal or manipulative or unwholesome about this energy. It's just pure, raw dominion. It's having dominion and full command of your own energy field in this situation. And it's almost like it's the perfect energy you could possibly have to bring into the energy field here, okay? Now, it might seem at first look that this is potentially extremely overbearing and dominant, Scorpio, or power to the maximum, where power, absolute power can corrupt absolutely. And yes, that's a possibility, but right now, Scorpio, my feeling is that since power is ultimately your caviar, it's your ultimate energy, it's just raw power, it's that Pluto energy, it's completely, ruthlessly, utterly unambiguous in its expression, and the misuse of Scorpio power can be the most destructive and ugly and painful expression of power there exists. On the other hand, when Scorpio is evolved and behaving like an evolved Scorpio at the very highest vibrations, then that power can be expressed in a very, 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 let's say, appropriate or useful manner, where the true strength and power of Scorpio becomes evident. Now we're talking about a relationship here, a crucible, where everything, all the energies of you and the other are poured into this one entity, which is hopefully strong enough to contain the power and the energy that occurs during the alchemical interactions of relationship. So let's have a look. What about the other? Whoa. Okay. So we're off to a very, very, very strong start here, Scorpio. And it seems to be like there's a lot of very new, innocent, beautiful, passionate, naive, very, very, very romantic energy, where the ingredient of power in its most pure form is like an aphrodisiac to the other, okay? In other words, the other party, your sweetheart to be, the love of your life right now, or your most bitter enemy, but we're not going to go there. We're going to stick to the positives, people. They may be in a position where they have been, let's just say, magnetized or drawn into this situation, going from innocent awareness out there in the vortex, the energy fields of belonging to everyone and everything, and then suddenly getting drawn into a situation here. This is even if you are already coupled, okay? We're talking about an energy field here that is extremely strong, and it's coming out of you, Scorpio. It's very, very magnetic, and it's very, very radiant, and you are in like a relationship dynamic with another being, another soul, who is either blissfully ignorant or blissfully, deliciously captivated by this whole thing, and is perfectly happy and willing and calmly prepared to get on board for the crazy ride that may occur, okay? However it unfolds. And it's beautifully new and innocent and loaded with the most, I'd say, like elementary seeds of passion that you can possibly imagine. Fruitfulness, inspiration. So Scorpio, you might be relating with someone or your loved one in new ways that you never really knew existed before. And they're unfolding in very kind of profound ways that feel like it's almost like destiny. Like, what the bleep is going on here? It might be something that I've wished for the last 6 months or the last 6 years or whatever it is. And now it's all manifesting, and the other has now magically appeared kind of almost out of nowhere, totally unexpectedly, even if it's a completely revitalized, newly revamped version of your existing other person. So it's kind of beautiful. There's no cups cards here like in a love relationship reading where you would expect or think a lot of cups would happen. So what we're actually dealing with is the energy, the raw energy of the relationship, okay? So this seems to be something that was already in existence in 5th and 6th and 7th dimensions, and it is now manifesting here in the 3-dimensional plane of what we call Earth, where there's you in your maximum power and radiance and dominion of self and your whole world, in full command, fully aware of all the unaccountable energies, and also fully aware of your responsibilities and duties and contribution to this magical equation here that seems to be unfolding. So what's going on deeper inside you, Scorpio? I think we had this earlier for another sign. This is without question, a past life relationship that has suddenly come into your life, in your world, or a new version of your life in your world in this lifetime right now. And it is absolutely beautiful. Okay? Now, even if your existing situation is somewhat lacking or inadequate or below par, what this reading is suggesting is that there is at least a component of your existing relationship where this energy is becoming apparent, where it might be a holy moment where you're realizing that there is a fifth and sixth and seventh dimension to our lives, and it isn't just a three-dimensional existence where we are living and relating. In other words, my body, my stuff, your stuff. This is me, this is you. What have I got? What have you got? What's going on? How are we going to make this work? No, no, no. We're talking about love from the past here. A very, very, very sweet, sweet love that is becoming present in this lifetime right now. And I love telling this little story because I'm very, very partial to this little card. Because if you can just imagine yourselves right there, right now, in real time, in Scorpio, in your, let's just say, in your full radiance, like a pulsar, like a radiating, like a star in outer space, and it's at its maximum power. And you're realizing that you're relating with someone who's also in their own equivalent state of radiance and power, but it's very new and innocent in this present life. And yet deep down inside, both of you, my guess is that even though this is your energy here, dear Scorpio, because this is a relationship reading, and the two of you do own this relationship. Here is the relationship. Here is you. Here is the other. So it seems that, from my perspective, you are very aware that you're dealing with what some people call a past life relationship. I'm not saying it's karmic, but it's from the past, and it might be very, very loaded with beauty and love. And it's very, very possible that the other party is aware of this energy too, because it takes two to fit into this little card. And the energy is similar to this, where if this is the other, and the other is radiating all the energies of love in its most passionate and yet immature and unrefined and innocent condition, and it's coming up to you and saying, hello, did you just invite me into your world from a past life? Because I'm getting a very uncanny and very, very powerful sensation that I know you, that I've known you already. And then there's you saying, well, you know what? If I'm honest, it's true. I was praying and wishing for this, and I didn't even know who you were or what would happen if or when you did ever show up. But it seems like you showed up, and you're here right now. Look at you. You're so sweet. You're so lovely. Well, you know what? I do recognize you, and I feel the same way. You're just how I remembered you. You're just lovely. In fact, well, I'm just going to call it out. I'm just going to call it out. I love you. Really? Well, I love you. I love you too. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. Would you like to hold hands or something? Or would you like to accept these gifts, these flowers, symbols of our love that we've already shared and known, possibly many times over? Would you like that? I guess so. Why not? It seems appropriate in the situation. I was caught unexpected, but you know what? It's actually kind of beautiful. I love the surprise. I love the mystery. So what happens next? I don't know. Let's see. All right, so what's going on inside the other? Whoa! Whoa! Dear Scorpio, you might be dealing with someone who now feels absolutely loaded because they have met you. And this actually could represent a very Taurian type of person. Now that's kind of interesting because Taurians themselves are very, very much at comfort and at ease, and very often at a very high level of mastery when it comes to the three-dimensional world of stuff and things and resources, and having mastery in this material world and enjoying having mastery and wealth and abundance in this material world. And that wealth and abundance and those resources could mean anything that's tangible and that has value. It could be a little shrub, a tree, a cat. It could be a bank account. It could be the nature of life and love in the world around you. It could be the home. It could be the family. It could be anything that is tangible right now in the energy field of the other. Okay? And it's absolutely beautiful that this other person is so open and so innocent and so receptive to your energy, dear Scorpio. And not only that, they're bringing a freaking treasure chest with them in terms of love and relationship. I'm not talking about a fat bank account, but I'm talking about the tangible aspects of relationship that you can count on. Like, this other person is a freaking rock. They're made of granite and they can withstand anything. And they are willing to go the long haul with you, dear Scorpio. This is someone who is extremely valuable in their own right. They've worked very hard to be this way, and they like being this way. They want to continue to be this way and expand in this way. And it's a very good indication here that they are very, very appreciative of you, dear Scorpio. And they may be vividly aware that the both of you are becoming aware of a past life connection that is manifesting in this lifetime in such a way that it feels absolutely rich and luscious and abundant with the tangible aspects of what really, really counts in a relationship. Here's you, Scorpio, radiating at maximum power. And here's this sweet, innocent past life relationship coming right at you, either by what you might call fate or destiny, or simply because it's what you deserve between each other. And they are bringing tremendous and very highly compatible resources to you in the love and the relationship department. Exactly in alignment with this energy here. I'm not going to suggest there's another view, but I don't feel it. I don't feel that they're looking for all of this out of you. They may see a lot of this in you, which is fine, but this is really about their energy. Are they afraid of being poor and not having all this? Are they afraid of all the power and the deliciousness and abundance and wealth that comes with this relationship? We don't know. So what is the status of the relationship? Oh, it's a real juggling match. There's obviously something going on in the background. Can you see here? Way, way deep in the background. There's something about this relationship which is causing a lot of emotional up and down turbulence, I'm not saying it's painful or uncomfortable, but it's very, very, very disorienting, okay? So it might be because this is an extremely powerful relationship dynamic that's happening here. It's very, very, very strong, okay? You're dealing with extremely strong energies here, okay? On both sides of the relationship, both sides of the equation. And it's very deeply bedded, not only in this lifetime and this three-dimensional world, but also in fifth and sixth and seventh dimensions of love. Possibly even into the future. I'm not just saying this is a past life card or past life relationship. This could also indicate future lives that have already been... It sounds strange, I know, to talk about that, but from where I am as a reader, I often get that feeling of future lives as well. It does happen. I don't see it a lot in readings, but it does exist because we're coming from the understanding that time is a very malleable concept. Okay? And so in terms of where are you guys in the relationship itself, it seems that both of you are trying to understand what the heck is going on here. Because this is heavy-duty monster love. Okay? And it could be very disorienting where just the slightest variation in energy can make it go whoa over here or a little bit whoa over here. And because there's so much power and energy and sweet, innocent passion involved here. It's very, very it's very beautifully romantic. That's how I look at this. It's very, very romantic. It's very beautiful, but at the same time, it's a little disorienting. Quite honestly, it's a little disorienting, and it's triggering a lot of internal dynamics where the relationship itself is in question. Like, what exactly is this? How are we going to make this work? Is this totally doable? How is it affecting every other aspect of our lives? We don't really know yet because it looks like it's very strong energy, but there's a lot of novelty and newness about this, even though it might be loaded with past life energy. In this present life, there's a lot of newness. So where's it? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, where's it heading? You get what you deserve. Both of you. Wow, so you may have both been asking for this. You may have both been wanting this secretly deep down. It doesn't mean you're going to get it, but you are. What is happening right now is that you're getting what you deserve. Okay, and justice will prevail. Okay, everything will balance out for sure. It might happen in a very wobbly way that could be a little bit disorienting sometimes for you, Scorpio, and also for them, dear other person. But in the end, justice will prevail. There will be a reckoning. There will be a balancing. And there won't be any conflict on the way. It will just evolve and grow as you go through the incremental processes of growing and developing the relationship, because I don't see any indication that this is going to go away. It seems like something very, very strong, very valuable, very, very precious to yourself, Scorpio, and the other. But there is a profound sense of destiny and fate going on here, and a profound sense of innocence as well. Even if you're already coupled, you might be evolving to a whole new level of relationship that is drawing out aspects of yourself, Scorpio, and the other of Scorpio that you didn't even know existed before. But it is happening, and it's happening now. Okay? So this seems pretty cool. I'm going to do what I've been doing for the others, Scorpio. We'll just leave this as it is. Okay? You can reinterpret however you want. Okay, Scorpio? It's your reading. Just remember, read for your moon and your rising, and then mush it all together. Okay, this is just for May. Remember, these readings are temporal. The energy will change. But for you, Scorpio especially, because we are in Taurus season, this might feel like a very, very strong reading for you. Like the currents are very, very strong for you. All right? So we're going to pull one of these little cards to add a little bit of tone, to see if there's anything else we need to know. This is the Romance Angel deck from Doreen, and there's really no substitute. There's tons of wonderful decks out there, but for love and relationship, this is a good start. This is a good one. So we're just going to fan it out and pull one card and see what it says, okay? And I'm going to read to you, all right? Let's have a look. Let's leave it like that. Let's pick one. Oh, I see it. I got it. It's right here. Set that aside. All right. Let's have a look. Wedding. You! This situation involves marriage. God, look at the picture. Look at these two. Seriously. Jeepers. You might already be married and you're going to redo your vows or something. Or you might... wow, let's just read it. Let's just read it, and I'm not going to give you my personal stuff. We're just going to go do it literally by the book. Oh, man. Wow, this is serious. Okay, dear Scorpio, you pulled wedding for this reading. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to go off and get married, but the energy of marriage is there. In other words, it's very, very evident to you, Scorpio, because this is your reading, that the ingredients of this reading and this relationship, the relationship, which may come to a point of where justice is served, it could be in a very traditional manner, what you might call a wedding. Now, we're just talking about the energy of the relationship, okay? In other words, it has all the ingredients and components of marriage. Don't know if it's a good marriage or a bad marriage or a fated marriage that's going to go absolutely wacky wrong, but it could be very, very good, okay? It has a lot of indications of being a good type of marriage energy. So let's read this. Dear Scorpio, wedding. The situation involves marriage. Scorpio, you drew this card because of an upcoming wedding, your own or someone else's. It comes to you because marriage plays a role in the answer to your question. Now, I don't know if there was a question here. This is a little mini tarot reading. It's just generic for lots of Scorpios. It's not going to work for everyone. But for this particular reading, for certain numbers of Scorpios, the energy, the vibrational field energy of your relationship, the relationship involves marriage, the concept and the energy fields of a good marriage, okay? This card comes to you because marriage, let's call it the energy of marriage, plays a role in the answer to your question. You may have been married in a past life, okay? Very deeply married, many times over, and had some really good times together. For some people, this card could be a validation that you will get married and asks you to keep the faith and continue enjoying your life without worry about your future marital status, because it's already written in the stars, okay? For others, this card signals that you will meet a significant other at an upcoming wedding or experience something there that will lead to new romance for you. It can also represent your parents' marriage and the way it has affected your feelings and beliefs about relationships, okay? That's understandable because as we mature and grow into relationships to the point where we actually get into very serious, formalized relationships where it's open to the public that I am with you and you are with me, then that often leads to a contractual institutionalized relationship called a marriage, where it is very clearly defined that there's you and the other and the marriage. In a few cases, this card asks you to look at your present and past marriages and review your feelings with the intention of healing your heart and your relationship. Interesting. Wow. Perhaps it's time to enlist a marital counselor to help you both sort out how you feel. In case things are not good here, it might be that the marriage is in jeopardy and it's all becoming very, very evident, and it needs TLC, some love and attention and healing. Sometimes this card can also signal the end of a marriage, in which case the angels support everyone involved as you come to an understanding about the experience and renew your heart's willingness to love again. Okay? So this little reading card here indicates marriage in the broadest sense, as I was hinting earlier. Okay? So you got it, Scorpio. It makes total sense to me as your reader. It might sound like total gobbledygook to you as the viewer. I have no idea. I just hope that you get something out of this and you can incorporate whatever it is that you might get into your life in a way that's very, very useful for you when it comes to love and relationship. Thank you, Scorpio. Thank you for letting me read for you. Watch your moon, watch your rising, watch the overview for the whole of May, watch your other reports for the whole of May, watch your North Node, watch your Saturn return, all of that. Okay? All the best, Scorpio. Thank you. Have a good May.